Hello dear twin flames, and welcome to this new reading for this new week. This is a spread that I got for this week. As usual, the upper row is for the divine masculine and the lower row is for the divine feminine. So let's come to the first card. The first card is the moon. It's a bit tone here because the cards got stuck. Okay, the divine masculine, he fears that everything, the whole twin flame journey, could be an illusion. He thinks that he may be experiencing deep infatuation, or that the universe could be sending him on a fantasy trip. What he is perceiving as true love could just be a trick of the universe. He thinks the universe is just showing him his deepest, darkest desire in human form, only to take it away from him. So Spirit is advising that the divine masculine has to learn to look at everything with spiritual eyes. In the light of the moon, the world is different. When we venture out under moonlight at night, we use our intuition more to find our way because there are less visible traffic signs. Bathing the world in silvery darkness, the moon goddess makes us pay attention to our intuition and our solar plexus, which is the gut feeling that we say. We are actually really listening to our soul under the light of the moon. Okay, this is what the moon goddess is doing. She is like almost forcing us, urging us to turn to our intuition. So the divine masculine, he is torn between listening to his intuition and his rational mind. Okay, his fears regarding the whole twin flame relationship, they are causing him to be in two minds. Okay, he does feel that in his gut he has a deep knowing that this is the true love that he has always been seeking. But then his rational mind creates a conflict. Okay, that's his thought process for this week. We come to the next card. The next card is the Three of Swords. This is the message from Spirit. Okay, the divine masculine is hurting. He is in pain. Pain is important for our healing. When there is pain, you know that something is wrong. And for masculines, it's very difficult for them to deal with their emotions or express emotions because society has almost banned men from getting in touch with their emotions. Like, men don't cry. That has been the attitude of society. Crying is emotional release. Crying is healing. It's pretty much the first thing that you do after you take that first breath of air in the world. In many advanced civilizations, like the Native Americans, crying was a sign of spiritual awakening. You see these crosses, the swords, they look like crosses. This pain is leading to, this emotional pain is leading to Christ-like awakening, the dawning of Christ consciousness for the divine masculine. They are bearing their crosses, being Christ-like. So the pain they're experiencing on this journey, it is causing spiritual awakening, causing the dawning of Christ consciousness. In the next card, we see rebirth, and we see the divine masculine coming out of the temple, which represents the womb of the goddess. Spiritual awakening is in progress for the divine masculine. You see the spirals here, they represent the renewal of life, birth and death and the cycle of it. The hair here, he also is a symbol of regeneration. The divine masculine, after undergoing internal healing, represented by this ivy and holly, becoming mistletoe here. He is going to be reborn, going to be a new person. Okay, this awakening is in process for a long time for the divine masculine. It's not going to happen overnight. The call to change, to renewal, to rebirth into a new life that is more fully your own and more fully at one with the existence and at one with the universe. This is the rebirth the divine masculine is taking. It's coming out from the matrix. Mostly the masculines are the matrix twins. The twins who are caught in the matrix. Okay, the feminines generally are the more awakened twin flames, and the masculines are caught in the matrix. This is actually, you can even say that it's coming out of the tomb of the matrix. Matrix is a tomb. This could be a temple, this could be a tomb. It's coming out from the tomb of the matrix, as a newborn child. Totally leaving behind everything that is not serving his highest good. He's completely naked. He has left behind everything that is lowering his vibration, that is not allowing twin flame reunion. See, this rebirth, awakening, it's all a process. Okay, and this process is undergoing for the divine masculine. They need time, it's their own journey too. They do need their own time. This is, this child represents the sky god Horus, from which we have a word today called whore, which is meant to represent some sort of sex worker in today's times, but the word is actually H-O-R, whore. The word means the god Horus, the divine child. There is no word called whore, originally planned by God. Just to say that. Okay, in the next card we see the Page of Swords. This is the divine masculine wishing for communication with the divine feminine. He is seeking some news about his feminine. He is like in anticipation to receive some message from the feminine. He is scared of initiating that communication, but he does wish for communication. That's his energy this week. He doesn't want to initiate the communication. He doesn't want to look too eager. Doesn't want to put himself out there. But he does wish to hear from the divine feminine, some communication. Okay, in the next card, we see this is a Native American card where the natives, they are hunting the walrus with a simple harpoon. Okay, joint effort. The divine masculine needs the support and encouragement from the divine feminine on the journey. They need to know that you are still there, sailing with them. This is the twin flame relationship is a teamwork, but you are totally separated and on your individual journeys. Okay, reconnection is very important. Coming into contact is very important for healing. Separation is painful. Every time you reconnect with your divine masculine, they are healed from the pain of separation, the pain of going through this difficult process of awakening. In the next card, we see this fairy. She is balancing coins on the scale. The divine masculine is very much aware that there is an imbalance in the giving and receiving in this connection. They know it. They know you're giving without conditions. They know that there is resentment building up in you. They're grateful for receiving your love. They're grateful for you taking the lead. They're grateful for you making so much of effort. They just cannot express it. This imbalance will be corrected. This is the message from Spirit. This imbalance in giving and receiving will be corrected. They will start giving equally when they feel ready. Okay, we come to the divine feminine. This boat, we see this lovely picture, this boat with the three people in it, a rainbow and a waterfall. The boat represents the twin flame relationship. So the person who is rowing the boat is God. He's moving the boat forward very quietly, sitting in the background. The woman here is the divine feminine. She is touching the water. She's getting in touch with her emotions. And she's also showing the way. She's leading. She's leading the boat. And the child here is the newborn divine masculine, who is spiritually growing. This is spiritual age we're talking about. Okay, when we show this young people here, we're talking about spiritual age. He's growing spiritually. And there's a butterfly here which is giving out light. Butterfly is a symbol of transformation. They are spiritually growing. So while on this boat, you are supposed to take the lead. You're always supposed to be in touch with your emotions while they're growing spiritually. So, this is a very good representation of whatever is happening in the divine feminine's life, whatever they are feeling, the angst, the agony of always being the one trying to reach out, always being the one making the effort. Well, the journey is designed that way. Okay, the waterfall is the twin flame love. Okay, there is the twin flame love is always present. It's always there. The rainbow is the divine joy which you get from this twin flame relationship. The kind of joy only a twin flame relationship can give you. You have free will. If you want, you can choose to step back from the relation. Nobody is forcing you on this journey. Okay, you don't have to complain so much. You have all the free will. You always have a choice. You can step back from the journey. But Spirit is saying that this is how the journey was designed. The journey was designed for the masculine's spiritual growth, for the feminine to come into her divine power, and with God as the director of the whole game. In the next card, we see the Ace of Cups. Okay, this is representing a new beginning. We see a dove putting an equal armed cross into a chalice, and there are 5 streams coming out of the chalice. The dove is a messenger of God. The equilam cross, that's the divine message, the divine thought that God is putting into your subconscious mind. And you are supposed to pour this divine thought through your five senses. The five streams here represent the five senses into the world. Pour out this divine message of love into the world. Okay, this card is giving comfort. It is a message of comfort, allowing you to weather the most challenging crisis without fear. It's also a message of pure joy, true fulfillment, and divine inspiration. Okay. Know that God always has your back in this journey. If He did not think you worthy of enduring this journey, He would not choose you. The divine inspirations, they are for everybody. Everybody on this planet is getting divine downloads. It's not only psychics or healers who are getting divine downloads. It's everybody. You have to be open to hearing the divine downloads from God. Okay, you are carrying within you the same cosmic mind that is of God. God speaks through you, through your mind. You have to become aware and listen. Okay, this is a message from Spirit to listen to your intuition and to the divine inspiration which comes through your mind, to your subconscious mind. That is coming from the higher realms, from the realm of God. In the next card, we see the divine feminine, looking out through this window at these two people in the distance. The divine feminine is integrating the gifts and experiences of her past, her childhood, or even past lives with her consciousness in the present. When we are here today, we realize we are twin flames. We are on this journey. We are looking back at our life. Looking back at everything that happened in our life, all the events, how they led up to this day, how everything happened so that we are here today in this point in time. Okay, also it's a card of reunion. It's a card representing reunion of the twin flames. The children are shown because twin flame love is very, it's so innocent. It's the most innocent and pure love in the world. Okay, very divine in nature. In the next card, we see the Four of Wands. We see a celebration here. A celebration looks like a wedding. The canopy is like the one that you put up for weddings. Okay. This, and also we see that some people are celebrating coming out of this huge castle which looks like a foreboding prison. Okay, this card represents the divine feminine coming out of her prison of limiting thoughts. And also it's a card of reunion. It's a card of celebration and a wedding. In the next card, we see Judgment. This is a Native American burial happening here. The Native Americans, they used to raise their dead closer to the sky by putting them on a platform or a scaffold. The natives believe that souls of the deceased, they linger in the air and watch over their tribe before they move on. Okay, this card is representing the dying of the old self of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is a portal between God and the earth. through which the womb is a stargate. God actually touches the womb when He puts a soul into your womb. The sacredness of the divine femme, the divinity, over centuries, men have been taking away this divinity from women, making them feel unholy, subjugating women. Okay, so we're come as we move towards the golden age, and the rising of the divine feminine is happening. We see your old self dying, the old self which was conditioned by society, conditioned by parents, lived in the 3D matrix, suffered, kind of was abused by the world. That's your old self, and that's the self which is dying, because women all over the world are awakening to their God power. And in the next card we see, this is kind of an outcome card, the union. Okay, this is what God has planned for the twin flames. Union. Okay, they are meant to be united forever. All twin flames who are now incarnated, who are both present, incarnated on the earth, are going to come into reunion. Okay, that is the absolute truth. And that is what Spirit wants to tell you. There is no separation. Separation is just an illusion. Okay, this temporary feeling of separation is arranged so that the divine masculine grows spiritually. Both, the rebirth is happening for both the masculine and the feminine. It's not only the feminine, it's both. You had to die and be born again to experience this kind of love. Twin flames are no strangers to difficulty and trauma. I'm not saying all, but most twin flames, they have been troubled by dark forces their entire life. And pain is not noble. Pain, there is a very harmful thinking that pain is going to purify you. That is not true. But a dying of the old self is required. You're required to be reborn. You are required to rebuild yourself with the new vibrations of the new earth. The old earth with the low vibrations is gone, and we are in the new earth, and you have to be reborn to match the new vibration of the new earth. Thank you all for watching my video, and all of you all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.